sports betting brother, and he bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, and I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com, where we teach you how to bet like a pro, how to bet like a sharp, using all the tools, all the resources, all the mathematical data that drives the markets-focused sports betting world. And today we're talking about, how do you go about developing a daily fantasy sports strategy? How about a DFS strategy? How about some tips, some methods, and some ways to attack this? And I've got some tips I think are pretty cool, a little bit different, and it's going to help you stand out a little bit from maybe some of the way others do it to get a higher value by doing things, I think, in this way. So let's get started and take a look at those. Okay, guys, here we go into just kind of the topic today of helping you with a method and some strategies, some tips to incorporate and make sort of a heuristic of your daily fantasy sports strategy. And one of the first stops I would make is over at the Positive EV page. Now, what this does is it helps you identify some things that may have some edges relative to showing you some clues, showing you some, I guess, maybe direction of anticipated markets. And so, for example, Luka Doncic under 8.5 assists, is that something that's showing maybe, if he's going to have under, is that point total going to be so high? So you start to look for clues. You really start to look for clues. I would start certainly in the Positive EV page. Not going to have as many here, probably on player props at this particular. I'm kind of doing this in the morning. But again, you're going to see some team totals. Maybe this under is giving you an indicator that maybe the Hornets wouldn't score as many points. You start to look for clues. You start to look for indicators that'll help you. Again, this total is the under, 239, which is going to help you when you come over to the next page in your research is the upcoming games for the day. So my biggest piece of advice is, in order to stand out and have a unique, profitable DFS strategy, is to sort of go where others aren't going. If everyone and their brother is following the media, following the news, and doing the same thing, you're not going to stand out. So the research and the homework would start here in developing your strategy. And you're looking for, games that maybe has some hidden value that others aren't on. And if you're looking for different player props and things like that, you can go into any of these games. And let's just pull up this Trailblazers Spurs game. You can go into any of these games and pull up the player props, the player props markets and things like that right in here. Really super easy to find. And maybe you just want to look at points, rebounds, and assists and kind of check out who they're anticipating having good night, having a good performance. So that's a good place to start in doing your research, doing your homework, and sort of seeing where, maybe some of these players are going to stand out. And you can pick off with good value, because again, if everyone and their brother's on Lillard, it's probably not going to stand out and do very well. So this is a tool to use on all games. You can go to the NBA tab, you can go to the NFL tab, whatever you want, NHL tab, and I would start here, look here, and pick some of these off, especially in some of the outliers. Identifying some of the games that may be a little bit different than what everyone else is seeing on the media. And here we go. You can see all the data, all the research, all the information. Again, jump into player points here is another good one. Just to give you an idea if maybe the player you thought was going to, stand out and potentially have a good game, or maybe the books here are showing you not so much. And that's something you can use to your advantage when you go to set your lineup. All right, guys, here's another, I think, pretty cool way, pretty unique way. And if you go to the tools page here, the Parlay Builder page, what I've done is actually use this to help, try to find value, try to find research. And what I did is plugged in, say, the first 3 legs over at DraftKings, do an NBA, and did some odds. And this is where you can start to just do a little homework in about 5 to 10 minutes and identify maybe some value. And what this has shown me is, basically here, we've got a potential for a nice over 34.5 at minus 105. So the homework and the data is being done by OddsJam, say at DraftKings. So you can pick your exact sports book out. If you say you want to go to FanDuel, run those numbers there. You could also do a same game. So if you've got something you want to put together as far as a same game, it's going to crunch the odds for you and give you some ideas on maybe how that would work, and maybe see some players that may stand out in some of the anticipated data. If you want to go a little crazier and bring this bringing the odds up to where it's a little bit higher, more of a long shot, you can do that. But what this is going to do is show you some data on some players that maybe you want to take advantage of. So maybe we'll take this off the same game. Maybe we'll take it all the way down to the minimum odds and see what it comes up with. So again, it's going to help you maybe identify some games that you think, maybe the Pistons are going to play better, having that +5. So maybe you want to play on some more Pistons players, start to look and do some homework and find some clues. Use this to find clues in how you do your research and how you do your homework. So you can mix and match and do a lot of things in a short period of time. And it's going to start to, develop or help you, give you some direction on maybe how you want to stack and how you want to start to put together your DFS slate for the day. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is that OddsJam does have an app. It has a player prop app. So if you go to your smartphone, there is a really, really vast, diverse app that'll help you with some player prop data and research. You can pull up information very, very quickly on that app. And again, I'd recommend trying to go against the grain, try to do a little contrarian as you research these markets and as you pull up the data and the information from the markets. And so again, you kind of go in there and confirm on some of the player points, rebounds, assists. Some of the tools are going to show you if a player is potentially going to have a good game or not a good game. So if you want to follow them or not follow them on your DFS strategy, so that's how you're doing this. You're looking for clues. You're looking for information that's going to help you determine a strategy and go on a little bit of a contrarian. And again, use that app that OddsJam has to help you quickly move through some of the research that you will do and put together. So hopefully this has been very helpful to determine sort of a method or sort of a tip in how you handle and expedite your research. So you're getting good, valuable data. You're also going against the grain to create value, and a good chance you're going to win more than you lose. All right, sports bettors, there you go. There's some tips and some strategies on some high heuristics that you can incorporate right away using OddsJam. And again, if you have not used OddsJam or been to OddsJam in the past, there's a free 7-day trial link down below. You get to use all the tools, all the resources, the positive EV page, as I mentioned, all the slates of all the data that is there at OddsJam, along with that Parlay Builder. That's a really cool tool to help you get some direction and make some money. That's what we're here for, to help you out. And as always, appreciate you stopping by to watch the video. If you have any questions, leave it down below. And let's go make some mathematical money.